This tutorial is for making a retro comic book effect similar to the one on the screen now. I have my picture that I'd like to use already open and rotated. The first thing that I'm going to need to do is go to Enhance and let's do Auto Smart Fix, and it's going to lighten that up just a little bit. Now we're going to get into actually making our comic book effect. We are going to increase the contrast. To do that, we're going to go back to Enhance and adjust lighting and levels. You're going to want your input levels to be at 60, 1, and 220. Everything that I tell you, all the levels are always open to your creativity. If you want them darker, lighter, it doesn't matter. But we need to start a little bit darker. And next we're going to do illustrated we're going to make it look illustrated by adding a little bit of graininess. So we're going to go to Filter, Artistic, and Film Grain. For this one, I'm going to zoom out right here so I can see the picture a little bit more. I want the grain to be 4, the highlight to be 0, and the intensity to be 10. You can change things around if you'd like, but I'm going to leave it here, so I'm going to hit OK. And now we have a little bit grainier of a picture. Now we are going to duplicate. You do that by clicking on the words of your layer, duplicate layer. We're going to make a halftone effect, so type halftone in your layer name. To do the halftone, you go to Filter, Pixelate, and Color Halftone. This is the biggest step that I think is up to your creativity. I like to usually do a little bit more. The original tutorial says to leave the max radius at 4. I on mine liked 8. Just go in and play around at what you want. So here I have my halftone. I'm going to go now to the Layers palette, which is right here, and go to Darken on this. That is actually all the effect that we're going to do for this picture. Now we're going to go back and make the borders and the caption areas. So I found the easiest way to do that is to just make a new layer. I'm going to pick kind of an off-white, kind of dirty gray color, and I'm going to paint my new layer that color, go to my rectangular marquee, and make a border. The next steps are really, after I make the square, I'm going to press delete and then Control D to deselect that. The next steps are really completely up to you. We have to make these little boxes. They're boxes with an outline, a black outline. What I would do is just come over here, and first I'm going to make that orange one. So I'm going to make another new layer, and I'm going to go to the gradient tool, and it is from yellow to orange, so I'm just going to click on here and I'm going to make a gradient all over, and just take my rectangular marquee again and make a square, and I'm going to layer via copy. So now I can just have my square. I can delete this layer. I'm going to duplicate the gradient layer and make my new one black. Make it all black. Then I'm going to send it behind and get my move tool and make it just a little bit bigger to make it look like it has a border. You can make the border as big or small as you like. Then when you are done with that, you're going to merge those by having the eyes only on the layers that you want together. Go to More and Merge Visible, and so now they're just one. At this point, I would just duplicate this layer and get a white back again, whatever color you want to do, and paint that area in. And now you have an area for your, oh, that's being stubborn. There we go. Now you have an area for your caption. What's left is to download the font, which you can go to several different font places. On my website, I will place a link for this. For our purposes, I will have to load this onto your computer and put it on there. So once you get to this point, just come and ask me for help.